but you took another loan. And it left you stranded there, left you stranded in your home.
And now it's time for the Cellar Dwellers Gas Station Burrito of the Week, hosted by Mick the Ripper and brought to you by Bigfoot Dick on a Stick. Start your day off right with a deep-fried Bigfoot Dick on a Stick.
Cheers, mates. Mick the Ripper here, down at the 76 station, down here in Hood River. And, I got the bean and cheese burrito, and quite a disappointment, I gotta say. Not very much color, kind of soggy, really, a little bit on the chewy side, and it was cold. So, I threw that bugger in the trash, and I look into the hot case, and I see what I think looks to me like a shriveled up dick on a stick. And I said, "Hey, man, what the fuck is that?" And the guy turns to me and he says, "Oh, that's a deep fried Bigfoot dick on a stick. That's a big seller." So apparently, chewing on Bigfoot dicks is popular out here in Hood River. You know, the kind of people who come out here. Anyway, I'm not surprised, really. So, next week I'll be in Cascade Locks. I've heard some pretty great things about the Chevron down there. I'm going to try the barbecue burrito. And, we'll see y'all next week.
The Cellar Dwellers Gas Station Burrito of the Week.
Don't steal my disc, you fucking dick. Why'd you call my friend's wife a bitch? You fucking dick.
Howdy there, partner. This is Rodeo Ron. I'm telling y'all that you need to come down to Rodeo Ron's Roadhouse right now, where this weekend, and I mean this weekend only, between the hours of 10 and 11 a.m., you can get as much shrimp as you can fit in your hat for just $5. Also, try the new creative cocktail menu, like the Blownado, which is made with authentic certified Nigerian gunpowder, grade A Brazilian cocaine, and topped with warm Indonesian horse piss froth. Now that's Rodeo Ron's Roadhouse, located at 9th and Pine, right between the Arctic Circle and the Golden Tanning Salon. See y'all later.
Isn't that what podcasts are? We just bitch.
No.
No. Is this the wrong fucking way?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, you can. Yeah.
I'll just move. No, that's wrong. It's this way. Hello.
No, it's not, dude. Jesus Christ. I don't.
Hey. Hoo, ha.
That's weird. Something's wrong. I'll fix it.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Oh, it's just turned down.
It's turned down.
Whoa.
Don't turn it up so much.
Okay, yeah. I got one. Before we get started with Cellar Dwellers podcast number 10, we're going to give a shout out to those who have died for the Cellar Dwellers podcast. Seriously.
A moment of silence.
A moment of silence. First, I got to name their names. We got a first run Star Rat, a Super Beat DX Glow Rock, a Champ Color Glow Shrike, a D1, a Giant, a Champ Glow Leopard 3, a first run Champ Glow Thunderbird, and a bottom stamped Star Wraith. All of those discs, which is exactly half of my golf bag, are in the Columbia River.
But wait, there's more.
What did you lose?
I only lost 3 discs. I lost a
That's not bad.
Firebird and an Atom and a Star Destroyer.
When
Not
did the
so bad.
When did the Atom go in?
I lost it twice on the same hole.
The same disc?
Yeah.
But how do you lose it twice? How you got it back?
Because I got it back and then I threw it again the next day.
Oh. That was the sticker bush.
Yep.
One. But you threw it in the water for sure? Mm-mm. Oh, it's just in the bushes.
It's just in the deep sticker bushes.
Okay, no, those discs are gone that I named. So.
I was okay with losing it.
Well, you did. I meant into the water. I mean, never. No one will ever throw those discs again.
The
ever.
other two. The other.
So then, let's see. Born to Fuck. I wanted to talk about that movie. No, check this out. I wanted to bring this up. So, I registered for the Bad Monkey some years ago.
Right.
That's the event at Leverick.
I remember that.
Okay. And I couldn't go because I couldn't get off of work. Also, it was 109 degrees, and I was like, I'm going to let this one slide. It was a 2-day AM only. I think it's a B tier. Is that right?
In Vancouver?
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard it's a great event. I wish I could play it. The last one is this year.
Somebody told me it was a ratings killer, but I don't really...
Fuck ratings.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's apparently, what I've heard is it's a hell of a fun event.
That makes it worth it.
Exactly. So I couldn't make it, and I messaged the tournament director and said I couldn't make it, and I said, could you give my entry fee to the next guy and anybody who walks up or whatever? And he said, will do. And then he messaged me back that day and said the guy was really stoked. Have a good weekend, whatever. Okay, you know where I'm going with this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, because this TD was reluctant, the one I'm talking about here in this event that took place in the Gorge a couple weeks ago that I couldn't go to.
Yeah.
And he essentially refused to, because he said, I'll do this with your funds. And I was like, no, actually, according to the rules, you're supposed to give me a full refund right now.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I'm giving you an option to do something else. And he was, like I said, reluctant to say, yes, I'll do it. So I messaged him like a couple days later and said, hey, man, this is what I want. And he said he'd do it, but I've never heard back from him. And you were at the event. Did you talk to anybody who got free entry?
No.
Okay. Just
no,
wondering.
I didn't. I didn't really know to be looking for it, though.
Totally. Well, I mean, you'd know because if somebody said something to you, you'd be like, yeah, I was on the way.
Yeah, nobody mentioned it.
Ooh, shit, I said a name. I'll edit that out. One dude I know who was on the wait list, I guess I could contact myself, and I'm not going to rule it out. Maybe he did. I'm just curious because, I mean, let's be honest, the interactions haven't been pleasant.
Didn't the feller tell you that he was just going to add it to the park fund or something?
Yeah, and I said I didn't want that. That's not where I wanted my money to go, and it was still my money.
Gotcha.
And I said I want it to go to the next guy on the wait list, and I'd rather have you do that, and if you don't want to, I just want my money back.
Yeah.
Basically, and he said, I'll just give it to the next guy then. Something to that effect. I don't know.
Well, I wonder how you'd find out if that happened.
Well, I figured somebody would say something like, yeah, I played a tournament today. I got free entry because I was on the wait list, but
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
If you're listening, buddy, you know how to get a hold of me. Call me out. I'll call you on your shit. You call me on mine. fingersmokediscs@gmail.com. Or you know how to get a hold of me on fucking face fart or whatever the fuck they call it now. Fart face. Fart face fart?
I like to call it butt Facebook.
No, seriously, I think Chris from Propaganda calls it face fart, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that works.
It does. It does smell pretty bad anyway. I mean, I got experience, is what I'm saying, being like on a stage, I guess, so to speak. Like, I know.
You're not.
Gotta have thick skin. Gotta know how to deal with the reactions. So, gotta be able to handle criticism.
Yeah, dude, I've been out in front of people before. It's not what freaks me out. Like the fact that someone's listening doesn't make me feel weird. It's the thing that's sort of weird about it is that you can listen to it again and again and again, and it's like sort of there forever. You know? It's different from like playing a show. You know what I mean?
Well, no, when you play a show, it gets recorded.
It could. Yeah.
I have shows on video I wish weren't.
Yeah.
Josh has a video of us playing. Woody's like, post it. And I'm like, fuck you, Woody. It's like, I got video of you, bro. Do you see that? It's like, I got some terrible footage of you, man. Like, you want you.
I'm sure.
He's like, you're trying to encourage my brother to post shitty stuff of me. And my brother straight up said, no, it's seriously too hideous to post to Facebook. Like, yeah, sometimes shitty recordings they're out there forever. But who cares? Hey, like we said earlier, that's reality. It's not unicorns and bubble gum and fucking airbrushed Barbie dolls and Disney-fied fucking plastic boobs and fucking 6-foot, 2-stroke gas-powered, double-headed silicone pulsating fairway drivers.
Horse.
Oh my God, another horse fucker.
Another horse fucker.
Hillsboro.
I just heard about this.
Crazy. Right? Yeah. Everyone at work was talking about it today. That's like, weird. dude, this guy emulated the Hood River horse fucker. Apparently, like, he looked up to him. He's like a
copy horse.
Copycat. Wait. Yeah, it's pretty funny, man.
Copy horse.
Yeah, and apparently he was inspired by the Hood River horse fucker's 3rd generation custom stepping stool.
Oh, right. The slippery one.
It was like covered with like bedazzle beads and shit. And like his grandpa used to use it to fuck horses. It was passed down generations.
Been generations of horse fuckers have owned it.
Why is this a thing?
It's apparently a thing.
Okay, I'm going to shift gears back to the lock Robster and away from fucking horses. Nice. And give some shout outs. Shout outs at the lock Robster to DC Dwayne. You killed it, bro.
Yeah, much better this year than the years previous. It was more organized. Everything happened on time for the most part. It went
awesome.
Well.
It did. It was pretty damn smooth, I gotta say. And it was fucking amazing, as it always is. Shout out to Dustin and Donald Smith, who we played our final round with, and they were lighting it up. We were playing some great competitive golf out there. Also want to give a shout out to the Grim Reaper, who made a guest appearance. Apparently, he signed up last minute and played Cali. I didn't even know you could do that. And
he killed it out there.
He killed it. All right. More Lock Robster stuff, I think. I was going to say. We took 5th. So Cellar Dwellers took 5th.
We took 6th.
We took, 6th. By 2 strokes to Dustin and his bro.
Right.
And that Alvin dude and Chris took 1st and advanced, which doesn't surprise me the way that guy was playing. That dude was fucking lights out on the putts.
Yep.
And, I don't know what Sticks and Victor did. Do you?
No. Again, it would be really nice. Can you see, is there somewhere to look up the stats for this one?
No. Last year he posted the final results on Facebook. He didn't this year.
Well, if anybody out there wants to build a website again, offer still stands, we'll let you do that for free. So.
Yeah, that'd be really great to have a place to go look up the Lock Robsters of years past and look up winners and shit like that.
Word.
Do you see that? I put that fucking towel up on the wall.
Yeah, cool picture towel.
Yeah, that player pack towel is so badass. I'm curious if anyone's gonna use theirs. Because I put mine up on my wall.
Did you cut your thumb off?
I got a photo of this shit, bro. Got sloppy sharpening my big ass butcher knife, and my hands were all slit because I was cutting the shit out of like 90 fucking pounds of fucking pork, and I slipped full power, crack with the finger guard moved to the side, and it went slam right under my thumb, and I'm all, holy shit, I could feel it because the impact left a bruise. Mm-hmm. Dude, it went through my fingernail. Big old chunk of flesh and fingernail hanging off the other side, but I fixed it.
I always like to cut myself and jam raw pork juice into the wound too. So there's that.
I'm not afraid of no raw pork juice, man. I'll drink that shit. And then check this out. I sliced the fucking tip of my finger off on a mandolin like a couple hours later. But check it out. Just enough to not draw blood, but just enough to make it hurt all day. Mm-hmm. Isn't that great?
So do women play mandolins? Never mind. Let's just move on.
Little bit off subject. So, Ring of Fire tour has been going terrible for me. So I got like 6 cherry bomb koozies. If anybody's interested, I'm selling those puppies for a fucking amazing price of $13.95 each plus $7 shipping.
Don't forget about your 5 extra small Next Adventure t-shirts.
We're not going to keep that.
Why not?
Okay.
I've noticed, like, when you win something, you're like, it's sweet, I got a shirt. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Do you remember?
It's like everybody's pawning their bullshit off on disc golfers.
It's a box of rejected shit that tournament directors keep. It's like discs no one wants and shirts nobody can fit into. And do you remember at Disco Ball when they had that grid?
Yes, it was cool. It was a really good idea.
Cool. No, what was it? If you landed
in one of the squares, they had it was like a 4 square.
But couldn't you win all 4 squares?
If you landed in the basket in the
basket in the middle. That's right. That was really fun. And I want to
take turns throwing until every basket was, or every square had a disc in it.
Right.
And then you'd walk out and get your disc and what was ever in the square.
Right. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, and I actually won cool shit there is what I was saying. But that's Disco Ball. That sets a high expectation. If you played Disco Ball, you might think all tournaments are like that.
Yeah, no. They're not.
No. Disco Ball is one of a kind. Wish it would come back. Brings a tear to me eye.
Well, that was the most you ever made off Ring of Fire tour. You made it like 4 koozies and a mini and an extra small T-shirt.
No, I won. I actually
too big.
I won a hat and some discs that were great, and I traded the hat to Sean Ruggiero, and he still fucking wears that hat. He's like, I love that hat. It's killer. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Why? Why do you love this hat?
And
I don't know.
$30 gift certificate to Rigoberto's.
It was some gift certificate to something in Bend.
Yeah, it was like a Mexican restaurant that also sold meth or something like that. Like, no, they did. They got busted for selling meth out of their drive-through window.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. Why do places do that? You know, I was just talking today with the guys about Jalisco and Parkdale. How they was
the old brothel,
and like how Wampler was like one of their best clients, and that's why they never got busted.
Oh, really? I never heard that.
Well,
I'm not surprised at all.
I'm assuming it's the sheriff who kills people. He also goes to the local whorehouse, and that's why it's still operational. Remember the freezer full of cash?
I've heard stories.
I went in there with 100, and I'm like, can you cash this? He's like, all quietly. He's like, yeah. And he just took my money and wouldn't give me change. I was in there for a long time, and I started to get worried. And I'm not kidding you, bro. And he waited till everyone left. And he would ring up other customers, but not give me my change. And I'm like, dude, is he just taking my money? And then as soon as the last person went out the door and he's staring at him, he turns around, opens the freezer, and it's full of cash. Stacks of cash in the freezer. And that's where he got change for my 100.
Yeah, that guy was how do you say gangster in Espanol?
And then, well, I'm staying on what you just brought up. I'm selling meth at a Mexican restaurant, and then we got Jalisco. And then up here, where Pioneer Pizza is, and White Salmon, when we cleaned that building out, they had a fucking underground, what's the word? Black market fucking tattoo parlor In the back. I'm not kidding you. An illegal
way.
tattoo. All these booths and stools and shit. It was an illegal fucking tattoo parlor. Dude, they had a lean-to corrugated fucking plastic to catch the leak from the roof, to divert the water leaking from the roof into a fucking separate gutter system. Like, they had a fucking ramshackle shed in the kitchen, like another structure built in the building.
Nobody was ever in that restaurant. If you walk by and look in, there'd just be the people working, just sitting there.
Well, that's why I think Christian was saying that he suspected nobody came in. They didn't get the roof fixed because they didn't want anybody going back there. So they just set up lean-tos over the griddle and shit, over the whole grill and the whole like dishwashing pit.
Crazy.
And shit. Yeah. Like green, nasty, corrugated fucking plastic. Like, yeah. This is fun. Any other ones?
Small towns.
Any other Mexican restaurants that might be doing something else?
Some shady shit.
We got Meth, we got a whorehouse, and then we got the tattoo parlor. What's next?
Who knows?
Man, I bet Rhodes would have some insight.
You can smell me from there, but you can't hear me. You ever get bored and make them fight?
Oh yeah. It's kind of like bum fights.
Right.
Dress them up like shady street people, and them sticks. Hell,
Give them butter knives, make them
shoot,
fight.
I'm like way too fertile. I don't even jerk off if I know there's an open window in the neighborhood.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I wanted to ask you something. It's something you brought up a long time ago that just fucking I thought was hilarious. And I wanted to ask you if it's real or not. And I want you to be totally honest with me.
All right.
You were telling me about someone you knew that would throw Christmas trees into fishing holes to steal
Oh
loot.
yeah, so they get lured. Yeah. Fake Christmas trees.
Oh, fake Christmas trees?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's actually a thing?
Yeah, they throw them down in popular fishing holes and then pull them out and just get 20,000 lures.
That is so white trash, but it's also so impressive. I'm intrigued.
It's genius.
It is.
Yeah. Not going to name names on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Anyway,
Just don't go fishing down by Tucker.
yeah, because Tucker, that was where you were mentioning it. I think you and me were fishing there that day, and I kept losing lures, and you're like, "There's $5 more right there." Each time I lost one. like I feel like you were kind of in on it.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Hey, I want it too.
Ew.
What is it? Oh, can't put that away for a little while, man.
That doesn't sound good. I mean,
No, it's like one of them eats their candy too fast and then wants the other one.
That's the story of life right there.
yeah, story of my life.
You gonna drink that beer, Nick?
That one?
Yeah, mine's gone.
Have had it.
I'll have
Eat
yours
your
now.
worms.
No.
Eat your worms. Eat your night crawlers. Delicious and nutritious.
So I want to do my fake news trivia with you. Are you gonna
All
do
right.
that? Are you ready for that?
Well, we might not be ready, but I mean, the kid's got a handful of gummy worms, so we got about 5 seconds.
Okay. All right. Here's story number 1. You ready?
Okay.
All right. A freight train in Nebraska collides with a cow in a railroad crossing, and the engineer stops the train to take the carcass
and he recruits nearby motorists to assist him in loading the cow onto an empty boxcar.
Absolutely true.
Okay.
Wait, you said Nebraska or East Oregon?
Nebraska.
Ooh.
I got two more stories though. You're supposed to pick the real one.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. All right. So that's the first one. Train hits a fucking cow. Fucking engineer takes the fucking cow because it's food, and it's in Nebraska and it's cold, so you know it's gonna last.
Seems reasonable in hard times in Nebraska.
That's so I hear. All right. Here's story number 2. An airplane flying on the East Coast hits major winds from a nor'easter, and the wind is so severe that it creates mind-blowing turbulence. And when the plane lands, every single passenger had thrown up. Yeah. All right. Suspicious.
It's a tough one, yeah.
Yeah. Story number
That's the
3.
whole story?
Nope. Story number 3 is the last one. All right. So far you got the train that hits the fucking cow, and you got the fucking airplane where everyone puked. All right.
It definitely sounds like it's not safe traveling.
Yeah. There is a theme here. This last one's about Uber. Okay. So witnesses say they noticed a cab parked in a Starbucks parking lot and suspected that the driver was watching an Uber driver because they fucking hate him, right? And he was waiting for him to enter the coffee shop. So when the Uber driver finally entered the coffee shop, the cab driver was observed by several witnesses putting something under the driver's side handle of the Uber driver's vehicle.
Okay.
The cab driver split, and witnesses told the Uber driver that they saw the cab driver fucking with his car. But he's like, whatever. Then when he attempted to open his door, he noticed that the fucking cab driver put human shit under his handle.
God damn.
You know? Isn't that...
This whole thing just got a lot harder.
So I got 3 stories there, right? The Uber driver, the airplane with people puking, and the fucking cow in Nebraska.
And only one of them's true?
One of them is true.
Man, you're creative.
Take
gotta go with the Uber driver. People are fucked up.
They are. And that is a pretty believable story.
Yeah.
But I got a quote here. I'm totally ripping off an NPR show right now.
Oh yeah.
So you sure you're happy with that pick there?
Oh yeah. Man. Fuck no, Nebraska.
The Nebraska one. That sounds believable because it's cold up there.
Yeah, I'd believe like everybody jerking off in the airplane, but not barfing.
Well, the quote that is ripped from the headline is very bumpy on descent. Pretty much everyone on the plane threw up, but the pilots also threw up.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's why I don't fly. Yeah.
What? Have you ever flown?
I flew a Cessna.
Seriously?
Yeah, but never flown in. Like, I didn't take off or land or anything, but I got to rip around.
But you were up in there in a small plane?
Yeah, a little single engine.
Dude, Turbulence gets fucking intense.
Dude,
James knows this.
Watching the wings fucking fold.
There were a couple times where, and I'm pretty cool on the plane, especially after a couple jacks and some fucking Xanax and shit, or whatever the pilot's feeding everybody.
Xanax?
No, but when I fly, like with family, I'll usually get kind of sedated. But my point is, turbulence, dude, will snap you right out of that, especially if you hit some gnarly turbulence. I wouldn't be surprised if people pooped too.
Oh, fuck. I'd just taking off in clear, crystal clear weather. Some things aren't designed to be off the ground. I'm not into it. That's why I haven't ever flown anywhere. I'd rather drive. Yeah.
Well, I flew to Georgia, Atlanta, right, and then to Florida.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was, it's actually not that bad. Flying's really not that bad.
Oh, I just mean going to Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Well, I guess it's bad to me because it's different. But
I got off a bus in Denver and had, first thing, a guy trying to reach into my backpack.
What?
Yeah, some dude trying to open up my backpack.
Where?
In Denver.
In an airport?
He took a land
Yeah,
plane to
Buster
Denver.
Terminal.
Oh, you're just talking about like breaking off the West Coast.
Yeah,
Like what reality's like how people back their backs up against the side of Walgreens and use the
Dude,
wall
you
as a
cross
toilet.
You cross the Rockies and people just lose their minds. It's been crazy.
It's weird. I've heard what you just said. I've heard that several times in the last few weeks. It works, seriously.
God, and the fucking piss poor thing is they're all showing up in my neighborhood now.
James, when you went to New York with JD, how was that experience?
Oh, it was crazy.
Nothing
Just
crazy happened, right?
Saratoga Springs. Oh man, yeah. People getting arrested, and the
Right.
cops beat you up there, and yeah.
Worse than they beat you up in Seattle?
Yeah,
You were bleeding in Seattle.
a little bit.
Yeah.
a little bit. I think they tried to rip my ear off. That's West Coast style though. They were actually cool. I mean, they let me go, so
There you go.
I'm still alive. East Coast, they beat up JD real nice, and they took all his money and they didn't give it back.
Oh, Ripbone?
That's right. Yeah, rib bone. He what did he do? He
Kick a dog while you're down, bro.
kick a dog while he's down.
He reached into a cop car. It was like 4:30 in the morning. The bar had just closed down, and him and our friend were walking back from the bar to the motel room, and JD decided it'd be a good idea to reach in the window of a cop car, and he claimed he just wanted to touch the material of the jacket laying on the seat to see what it was made of.
Totally reasonable.
And then the female cop came around the corner, saw his hand in the car, and just went up and basically beat him up and arrested him and took him to jail. And
Kick
then,
a
the
dog
story
while he's
goes and goes,
down.
but they kept him there. They kept him in jail for a few days and let him out. And then he was stuck there for 6 months on probation. The plan was to bring him home with us, and then he stayed, and we left.
I can kind of buy his story about the touching the uniform. I did that all loaded on Molly and saw a fucking military guy and had to touch his.
Whoa.
I did the same thing.
Whoa. Slow down, dude. Don't say anything you know you don't want on the podcast, because
Oh shit!
When I was 18, I stole a pair of sunglasses out of a cop car at Timberline Lodge. There was no cops around and the windows were open, and there was sunglasses on the dashboard. And that was 21 years ago, just in case anyone's listening that cares.
Opportunist.
But I had them for a long time. They were sweet sunglasses.
Wow.
Cop shades.
Cop shades. Falcon versus Eagle. Weapons and sex toys.
Whoa.
Rhodes, you can't hear the actual recording. I just dropped some reverb, man. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Probably gonna edit it out. Like some of this.
I might edit that segment out.
No, that whole segment's staying for sure.
So you want to hear more about that trip, or are we done?
Oh, you got more? You got more about your...
Yeah. So when our friend got back to the motel room and decided that he was going to call and try to find out how to get good old JD out of jail, he decided to call 911 a few times, and they told him to stop. And then a little while later...
What the fuck?
A cop kicked open our motel room door and came in and pulled out his gun and told our friend that if he called 911 one more time, they were going to take care of him the hard way or whatever. And
This
and then
is New York City?
This is in Saratoga Springs. Yeah.
Which is in China.
So it left the door on the hinges. The door was broken, and we just stayed there that night with a broken door. And then I went and talked to the owner of the motel. This gangster-looking motherfucker, old, fat, white guy with balding, and he had, like, gold rings on every single finger, had one or more rings on it.
Carl.
Yeah,
flattering.
there's a track in that town. It was like people bet on horses and shit, so I'm guessing it was like some gangster shit going down. Well, anyway, the owner of the motels told us that you had to pay
into the local sheriff's retirement fund if you wanted protection from the police department. So if you made a phone call like, hey, there's something happening at my motel, they'd be like, sorry, you didn't pay into so-and-so's retirement fund, so you're not a member of the Chamber of Commerce or whatever.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's fucking gangster shit over there. Yeah, fuck the East Coast.
Sounds like your theory about the Rockies is holding up there, Rhodes.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't do
I've
it.
proven it time and time again.
That guy he described sounded like Carl, didn't it? Hey baby, put this on and shake
He
'em.
was a lot like Carl.
Yeah.
If Carl owned a
A
motel.
rib bone. I wonder what happened to that guy.
No, Carl, dude. Like, hey, I ordered 50 wings, extra hot. Keep the ranch coming. I'm gonna be farting blood
Carl.
over here. Yeah, dude, Carl,
Put
man.
two and two together and decided you're pissing me off.
Yeah, put two. That's right. Come a little bit closer. You know I love you guys.
If you need anything, you know who to call.
Somebody else.
Yeah. Oh man, I use that at work all the time. It's great.
Yeah, it kind of went downhill a little bit.
It totally went downhill.
Yeah. I don't think I even saw the final seasons of it at all.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I remember the first episode I ever saw, though, Spider in a Diaper. That was the best one.
Was that that's the first one you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one
Yeah,
with
it was
MC
crazy.
Chris?
I found
Yeah, it's Pete
Adult
Pants.
Swim, and it was that episode and Stimutax.
Oh yeah.
Back to back, and I almost ripped a seam.
It's like a koala bear crapped a rainbow in my brain.
Are you digging this air? This air rules.
I have the strength of a bear that has the strength of two bears.
I just gotta dig my toes into the ceiling. Is NASA grade titanium?
Murdoch, the sun god, cares not for the barren wasteland of your desiccated viscera. Cast off this taint and become taintless.
They're not drugs. They're dietary supplements. Give me.
Give me. I think I need to up my dosage because I'm not feeling it like before.
Oh God,
It's the
yeah.
best
I gotta get that
episode.
shit again.
Sparks, god damn it, you bastard! When he's leaving.
Oh man. Oh damn.
Oh, damn it, man. Damn. And then Murdoch's actually real. Eat some more pills, pillhead.
Ass full of hot coals.
That's when Murph's in hell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in a hot tub.
How's that lava tub treating you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's right.
Ass full of red hot coals.
How about you? Ass full of red hot coals. Ass full of red hot coals. You lucky bastard. That's not the Stimutax episode, is it?
No, which one was that? Was that when they try to pay off the fucking commercial or something?
No, that's not. That's the one. That's so good. That's the one. That's the tour when they bring tourists down to Sea Lab.
Yeah.
No.
They used to get tourists to come to see Lab.
Yeah, and they have them building shit for their gift shop. Like they're putting snow globes together. They turn it
All the
into a
kids are
labor camp. Basically.
All the kids are fucking in a slaughterhouse or something.
Oh yeah, they're making Philly cheesesteaks for the Indian doctor.
Yeah.
Remember? He's like, I want the blood to dribble down my chin as I sink my pearly incisors into the well-marbled flesh. Yes.
That's right. Oh, it's so good. I miss them good old days. That fucking whole thing's gone to shit now.
Yeah.
You guys are like an encyclopedia of grown-up cartoons.
Yeah, we really loved those shows. Archer's great,
man.
dude, but it's the wife hates it, and yeah.
Archer?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love Archer.
I know.
I like how it's not one ongoing thing, how they're jumping in time and doing different things now. I think that was a good call.
Yeah, I saw the preview thing, and it just showed Archer with a fucking eye patch on or something. And he looked like Indiana
I've seen
Jones.
one episode of this new one, and it was they're in they're in the 30s or 40s or something. It's all film noir kind of.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like
It looks
it.
pretty cool. Well, dude, I'm going to fucking pause this. Yeah, it's pretty big money being made out there.
There's some money.
It's
There's
cool.
some money.
It's cool. It's cool.
So,
It's
so
cool,
I
it's
entered in a
cool.
tournament, right? It was one of those next gen tournaments,
Word.
and I got fourth place, placing for some script.
Fuck
They gave
yeah.
me a $20 voucher and a $10 voucher. That was $30 in script that I won.
What did they have at the event there for script?
What do you mean?
Well, they didn't have script for you to pick from at the event?
No, they didn't have any discs. They only had vouchers that they gave me.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, it
So
said
they gave you a piece of paper?
they gave me a piece of paper. No, they gave me 2 pieces of paper.
Ooh, more kindling than
Right.
you were hoping for.
So
Okay.
let me read. When I tried to get on their site to order the stuff that I won, I had a hard time figuring out that you can
You
only
mean the
use
shit you earned?
one voucher at a time, and you have to pay for shipping. And
Ooh.
so that's starting to sound like you're buying stuff, not like winning stuff. So I wrote them a little email, not really expecting them to get back to me. So this is what I wrote. To whom it may concern, I recently placed for script at a next gen event. I won $30, a 10 note and a 20 note. I found it frustrating that I could not use them both at the same time, and with the shipping I end up having to spend my own money to redeem the prize that I won. This is not a prize. That is a desperate ploy to sell off your otherwise unsellable, randomly stamped discs. I love Latitude 64 discs, but this is a shady way to get my money. Plus, it's been 8 business days and I still have not received my order. I don't even expect a response to this message. Just wanted to let you know that Jack's next gen prize system is kind of whack. Thanks, James Anderson.
Well, hold on one second. This is really blowing my mind.
Well, they got
Hold on,
back
hold
to
on,
me
hold on.
really quick.
I'm sure, and I want to hear all about it, but let me ask a couple questions here.
Yeah.
So they give you vouchers, and you just mentioned something that you had a limited disc selection to pick from. Is that what you were kind of saying about
Yes.
some randomly stamped discs?
Right, like from tournaments past.
So they only let you pick like between the chiclets and the erasers?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's limited selection.
Okay, sure.
And off runs and weird
like
stuff.
you won your event, and these are the discs we have for you to pick from, which would have been
Exactly.
basically your script
Exactly.
basket.
And I'm not saying there wasn't anything cool on the
Sure.
site. It's just
Sure.
not, I kind of wanted to go and pick a new disc,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I got a fucking Wonder Nut Huck Lab stamped fucking Wraith in my fucking script. When I went to
Yeah.
Disco Ball, I still throw that fucking thing, and yeah, that's some amazing shit.
That's
to
a good
pick from.
example of
That's
what
what a
you're
good
hoping for.
Yeah, that's what a good tournament would provide to their players. That's what I would hope for. I wouldn't play an event that didn't. That's for fucking sure. So anyway, how'd the response go? Did they say we love you, hugs and unicorns? Care Bears.
When I ordered this stuff, I didn't really realize it was coming out of Sweden, so that's why it took 8 days. I can't really be mad about that.
Whoa, why wouldn't it come from a retailer in the U.S.?
I'm not sure.
Okay, sure. That's why they make you pay for shipping. To ship shit here from fucking Sweden? This is getting more fucked up the more you tell me about
Yeah.
this. I'm really
So
stoked I didn't play this
Here's
event.
their response.
Looks like I was right again.
Hi, thank you for your message and also for enlightening us in a system flaw that unfortunately was unknown to us before the vouchers were sent out. PayPal has recently issued a restriction for vouchers, which means that they cannot be used to cover shipping and taxes, only purchase goods.
Sounds like secondhand fucking stress to me.
As we currently use PayPal as our payment option, this has put some spokes in our wheels. We are very sorry for your inconvenience and we'll get back to you with a solution as soon as possible. Best regards, Latitude 64. There's a person named Latitude 64, apparently. I think that's sort
No,
of
that was well written and they're really nice. But
It was nice.
But what it was to me, I take that as secondhand stress. You paid to get into the tournament. You fucking won and earned something. And then they're like, hey, I'm dealing with shit. And that's your problem now.
I had to pay
That's
to
fucking
redeem
bullshit.
less, like not even my whole price. I still have the 10 note because I don't want to spend $8 in shipping to redeem half of a disc that I'm going to have to pay for the other half
So
of.
to be clear, between you and me, would you agree that Latitude 64 discs isn't the actual problem? Because their discs are great.
The discs are great.
Yeah.
It's just the system that they came up with for
and you can't trust everybody.
No.
You do the best you can, right?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't spill all of it over to them.
No,
because I love.
Like
the
I said, I
plastics.
do. I love. It's like right now, it's probably my favorite.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, without the dagger, yeah, pretty much.
But
Great discs.
I'm hoping that in the future enough people will let them know that this isn't, that's not an acceptable price structure for a contest. And if someone's going to spend their money and drive 100 miles and then, you actually do the work and place at the tournament, and then you just don't get anything for
if it was
you get more of a headache and a pain in the ass than you do a prize. And it's just, that's not cool.
That's why I didn't play, because, well, for one, I knew that was going to happen, and my pimpin' rings are in the shop. I bent the shit out of them, smacking this fucking bitch up last week. And so I'm like, without my pimpin' rings, I wouldn't have been able to smack up the TD. I'm joking, bro. Come on.
Those are made from foil.
So it was a Feldberg next gen thing or whatever.
He had something to do
Was he there, or
No.
was a cardboard cutout like Trump University?
You mean a fat head? Was there a fat head of David Feldberg there?
Who was the tournament director?
Dan Brown.
Like, who was promoting that shit? Dan Brown? I've seen that name before.
Yeah, he was nice enough.
Sure he is.
He handed me the script real quick.
I bet he did. I mean, there's a lot of weird like touring tournaments that
it
are
was
like
a qualifier for another round.
Qualifier is you qualify to buy more of our shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from it. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a pyramid scheme to me.
Right. Yeah. So if I did sign up for the next one and I won some more script that I can't
tell all your friends.
Man.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah,
right?
it's a little disheartening. But it was a fun tournament other than that.
I was going to say, like, the Birdie Bash we played years ago, right when we first started, the Vibram Birdie Bash. It was fun. I felt like it was worth my money. And Andrew
put it on,
yeah, he did a great job directing. And I still never played those golf holes since. The ones we played over by the college.
Oh, by the park.
Yeah, those were great. Those were great
by the
shots.
Bathroom.
Yeah, by the bathrooms. He had the
cool one.
The one down the tunnel.
Right.
No, we did play that again. When did somebody set that up? No, that was just that tournament.
It was.
Right? Yeah, when the curb was spray painted, and that was the tee box. And yeah, he did a good job, and that was fun. And I'm mentioning that because that's kind of the same kind of thing. The Vibram Birdie Bash is just an event to sell Vibram discs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a big marketing ploy, and there are no real honors. It's just bullshit. But we didn't know any better. And we just gotten back from disco ball where I took last place. So it was really nice to have like a low stress tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
Worth mentioning too, by the way, side note to listeners, I took last place and I still had the fucking best time I've ever had. Always at disco ball, and I went back the next year and the next year, and that says a lot. If you can take last place and still have one of the best times you've ever had, that says a lot about the tournament, the way it's run, the director, and the crowd.
Can you explain to me the way that they run this event, like how nowadays how it's like a team thing, like you get all regional players, and how do you?
So from what my understanding is you get your best players from each division.
Right.
You have
the
one
Gorge is our division.
No. I mean, that's the region.
Okay.
So let's say your region's Portland. So you have, and I don't even know how many, because when I saw it, I'm just like, this isn't for me anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's your best players in each division for each region. So if you're Portland, you have your best female pro, your best male pro, your best Masters pro, your best fucking MA1 pro, so forth. Or MA1, your best players in each division.
Yeah, I understand.
So you only get one player from each division, from what I understand.
And then how do you win?
I have no idea.
They go by the scores of each person?
I know that Liz has some friends who play the ultimate thing down there, and she said that they're not affiliated with that tournament anymore.
That's a huge regional thing.
Yeah. So
ultimate frisbee thing goes off.
Everybody meets up there. So apparently it's not affiliated with disco ball anymore. So I'm saying I have no fucking idea. I looked it up, and just when I was reading, I was like, just kind of lost interest. And it's not that it's not fun, and it's that's just not the kind of golf I like to play. personally.
Cheers.
I like singles golf. That.
I was just wondering if you knew anything about it.
No, that's all I know. And I think the Columbia Gorge got involved because you and me made a fuss about it. Or
Right.
you did, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I got mad and
Yeah.
like, I think it's unfair that
So-
our region isn't represented, and then
Right. So our region
he
did get
told me to-
represented, but we weren't a part of it, and
Right.
you weren't either. Yeah,
well,
that's
because
right.
there was no, they didn't want to even deal with advanced. They only wanted like pros, and it just
Is that what
sounded.
it is?
Yeah, at the
Oh,
time,
okay.
that's what it came across as. Like
Maybe
there was
just-
nowhere for me in the mix.
Anyway, a great tournament. The disco ball was it set this expectation for me, and I think that's why I was so let down after that. Seriously, because that's what I thought. This is what disc golf is like. That's what I was expecting everywhere.
I don't even want
no,
to say that they
no.
set the bar too high.
They did. It
No,
was
they
way
didn't.
too high. Yes, they did.
just set the bar where it should be, and
Okay,
that's-
no, you could say it both ways. They set it too high, meaning too high to what reality is. But you're right also, because that is what reality
If
should
you
be.
want people to take it seriously on that level,
Those
you need
were
to have
some-
that caliber of event, and the people will show up and treat it accordingly.
Word. 72 AM players.
Yeah.
Fight like fucking fighting death.
It's great.
It was. It always is. Bring back disco ball.
Yeah.
He would step out of the night and light a fire among his tribe. Carving from a bear's tooth, he used the flesh to feed the youth. It's salted down. Sails were made from the darkest tide, and fish were caught in the lowest tides. Thought of war, it kept him strong. He'd listen for the battle song. In the night. master's tongue. Choose a son, would choose a bride, and light a fire among his tribe. On and on.
Cheers, mates. This is Mick the Ripper here. This is my fucking show. In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about the 1 in 14 Green River Killers and how they fucking suck. And I got this shitty-ass quarterback coming in for an interview today. That's Rocky Wallace. I'll be asking him all kinds of questions about why he sucks so bad, why his team sucks so bad, and why the fucking coach is such a cunt. I'll also be talking about the PDGA today and how they can lick my fucking balls. I've also got some musical guests from the band Satan's Excrement. I've got a couple members of that band coming in today. They're going to do a live performance here in the studio. As always, our loyal sponsors are Hedge Fund Records and Schlartz Lager. Schlartz, Australian for Canadian beer. We're also going to have some stupid-ass chef in here today. He's going to be showing us how to prepare the local favorite here, the shit-faced rabbit. Apparently this rabbit has a liver that's 10 times the size of a human liver. I don't know if it's true or not. It's just what I hear. You know, the locals tell me that these things are aggressive, and you don't want to be caught alone out in a briar patch with an open lager because these things are vicious, I heard there was a kegger a couple weeks ago with a bunch of college kids, and not a single one survived. Yeah, the rabbit showed up late at night. I guess there was still a little bit of beer left in the keg, and, well, this thing just ripped everybody to shreds. So, alright, moving on then. Back to the 1 in 14 Green River Killers and that fucking game last night. How the fuck do you lose by 80 points in this league? I feel like if you lose by that much, your whole team should be fined, really. I mean, if I remember right, some years ago when the Swellington Bruisers went 1 in 14, the coach cut everybody's dicks off. They didn't lose a game after that. Well, naturally, I want to talk shit about the Green River Killers to you all day, but today is special because now I get to talk shit about my favorite team straight to the face of the quarterback, straight to the face of the franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Rocky Wallace.
Yeah, brother Groovy, I can dig. Yeah, it's great to be here, brother. Thanks for having me.
So tell me about this fucking game last night. Have you ever lost a football game by 80 points before?
Yeah, brother. I have. It's been a long time. But, last night was a very unfortunate game. I was really high. I got really high before that game.
You were really high? You got really high on what?
Yeah, the coach, he gave us all a bunch of mushrooms,
what?
Man.
Is that even legal? Can you do that in this league?
Yeah, brother. In this league, you learn to just, you keep your mouth shut, brother. And, you just roll with it because you know that the coach has, the interest of the team in mind, So when he makes all of us suck his dick, we know that
what?
It's for
what
the team.
What the fuck did you just say? Did you just say that the coach makes you guys suck his dick?
No, man, I didn't say that, bro.
Oh, you most certainly did. This is a radio show, right? I can just go back and listen to it. I can, play it back to you right now. You actually said that.
Yo, man, I thought we was going to talk about the game.
This interview's fucked up already, and I want to talk to your cunt-faced coach. Get his fucking ass in here next week, all right? I'm going to rip that motherfucker a new one.
Yo, man, coach is cool, though, man. He is, man. He cool as a motherfucker, man.
Oh, fucking to hell with this. I'm taking a fucking break. Be back in a minute. Well, this is Mick the Ripper here. Welcome back to the show. I kicked Rocky the fuck out of my studio, which should not come as a surprise to anybody, really. That was the most fucked up shit I've ever heard. When you lose by 80 points, I don't want to hear that your entire team was tripping on psychedelic mushrooms. I mean, try explaining that to the guy who got, the Green River Killers tattoo last year. I'm sure there's some guy out there who did. Anyway, so during that whole Rocky segment, the coach, John Von Jackstinson, he heard it on the radio, and apparently it pissed him off, and he's down here in the studio right now. So I got security, holding him up, and I'd love to give that asshole a piece of my mind in an interview, and oh fuck. Oh shit, he's here right now.
Hey man, listen up, gringo, okay? We had a really hard time last night at the game, man. And that's why I gave those guys some mushrooms, man. You just hear me out, Holmes.
All right.
These guys need to come together, you know? No, I started out really slow. I did not want to give them like my grandmother's peyote, you know what I'm saying, Holmes? And some of the guys, you know, they're kind of bitches, man. No,
come on,
seriously,
really?
listen, man, they're actually kind of a bunch of pussies,
Okay.
man. This is the fucking budget, man, that the head office gives me, and I work with it, man. You know, I hire these guys from really fucked up places, man. One of the guys on my team, he used to be a pizza guy, man. That's all he knows how to do is make pizza, man. He has no fucking idea how to play football, man. I gave him one play, and he's like, what the fuck's a play, man? I don't even fucking know what you're talking about, Holmes. I'm like, oh, damn, bro. You're not gonna make it very far in this league.
Well, yeah.
But I don't really
Yeah,
have
it
a
makes
choice, man,
sense,
because that's all
really.
the front office giving me, man. That's a budget I gotta work with, Holmes.
Yeah. You know, you talk really fast. And the strange thing is, I like understand like every word you're saying. You know, I bet you and me actually got a lot in common, really.
I don't want to be your friend, gringo, okay? I'm just telling you how we play football. You were just talking shit about us for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know. Okay, look, I don't really keep count of
Get
how
you
long
fed
you
your
talk
team
shit, man.
mushrooms.
But I heard you talking shit. You trashing my quarterback,
fed
man.
your
You
team
fucking talking shit about
mushrooms.
Rocky Wallace, man. So I'm going to tell you, Holmes,
But-
fuck you, gringo.
Oh,
We don't give a
really?
fuck about your
Fuck
stupid
you.
radio
No,
show. Nobody
fuck
even fucking
you.
listens anyway,
Yo,
man.
fuck you,
motherfucker.
Mick the Ripper here. Well, that escalated quickly. Yeah, it wasn't a plan, really. You know, he's a great guy. I think he's a great guy. You know, I hope he's okay. I hope he gets out of surgery all right. And, yeah, I hope he goes on to have a long coaching career, just hopefully not, you know, with my team, the Green River Killers. Because we don't need coaches that feed the team mushrooms before a game, okay? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. What a fucking psycho. God, I think he was drunk too. He smelled like booze. Anyway, I'm gonna take another short break. And, just gonna take a break, you know, get some fresh air, go down by the river, and, I'll be back in a few minutes.